Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, a'udhu billahi min ash-shaytan rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bisha li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma, Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla. Wa anta taj'alul hazna idha shi'ta sahla. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. I welcome you all to the class of Arabiyya to Bayna, Yadayk. Alhamdulillah, we are back after our Ramadan break. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our prayers, our fasts, our du'as, all our worships, inshallah ta'ala. Ameen. So we are in the 13th unit, and in this unit, we need to do the last part of this unit. Min ad-duwal al-Islamiyyati, from the Islamic countries. Now, there are several types of min, and the min means the harf. The harf can mean several things. Out of those things, one is min tabi'idiyya, min which means ba'du, the Arabic word ba'd, ba'duhum ba'd, which means some. So literally this means for some of the Islamic countries, right? And that means out of all the countries, he's giving us something about the Islamic countries. So min at-tabi'idi it's called. Remember, the harf doesn't have the meaning in and of itself. It depends on the context and so on. Yeah? Because an ism has a meaning in of itself and does not have any tense in it, right? No, it has only meaning and no tense. The verb has both. It has a meaning as well as tense, right? It has past tense or present or future, the verb. And half, there's no meaning in and of itself, as well as there's no tense in it also. In a dual, tahiyatun, preparation. فكر في الإجابة عن الأسئلة التالية. Think about the answers of the following questions. اذكر بعض الدول الإسلامية في آسيا. Mention some of the, see بعض. See some. He used some. Because min here, it's tabi'idi. It's min of some, yeah? Like I can say, أكلت من الطعام. I ate from the food. That means I ate some of the food. يعني بعض الطعام. So min also means بعض, some of it. I didn't eat all of the food. I ate some of it. أذكر. Oh, this is the object of أذكر. ذكر يذكر. This is أمر. أذكر. Mention what? مفعول به. Mention some of the Islamic countries في آسيا. Now, in the Quran also, min tabi'idi is very common. وَمِن النَّاسِ مَن يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ. And some of the people, yani from the people, yeah? Some of the people, مَن يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. Some of them say that we believe, but they are not believers. مِنَ النَّاسِ وَمِنَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. So that min means some. Now, okay, anyways. اذكر بعض الدول الإسلامية في إفريقيا. Mention some of the countries in Africa. ما أهم دولة إسلامية في آسيا؟ لماذا? What is the most important country? See, أهم. This is the تفضيل. You see, أهم ما يهمم. أهم. Or أهم ما يهم, I guess. But this is tafdil, and the meme is doubled. So what happens is, like kathirun, you make it akthar, right? Aksaru, and qalilun. So it should have been aqlalu, right? Aqlalu, afalu pattern, like kabir, akbar. But the two lams will be joined. It will become aqallu. Qallu. So same thing. Ahmamu becomes ahammu. Important. Muhim. We say mahum. Ahamma yuhimmu. Aham. The tafdil means comparative or superlative, right? Akbar, kabir is big, akbar is bigger. Kabir, Akbar, and Jamil, Ajmal, and so on. More beautiful. Ajmal is more beautiful. Saghir, Asghar. Similarly, Qalil, Aqlalu, and then the two lams had made idgham, Aqallu, Ahammu. And so, what is the most important country? And it is in mudaf, mudaf ilayhi, right? So, anytime you see in mudaf, it is superlative. Okay. So, if you see a min, then it's comparative. So there's only one word in English, in Arabic, for superlative and comparative. For example, in English, you say big. This is normal, right? Then bigger, you're comparing, right? He is bigger than him. And then biggest. He's the biggest person in the class, or eldest person, whatever. But in Arabic, they only kabir, that is normal. And then akbaru min. If you have a min, okay, if you have a min, then it means you're comparing two things. Ana akbaru minka. I'm elder to you or bigger than you. Akbaru min. Now, if you see mudaf mudaf ilayhi, idafa construction, then it means biggest. Like for example, Hashimun akbaru talibin. Akbaru talibin fil fasli. Right? Hashim is the biggest student in the class or eldest student. In Arabic, big doesn't mean, it could mean both. Like in Urdu, bada, big, or eldest. Right? So like that. Yeah, anyways. So what is the most important country? Islamia. So this is the adjective. What is the most important Islamic country? Fi Asia, in Asia. Why? And then ما أكثر الدول الإسلامية سكانا في أفريقيا. سكانا is a تمييز. Right? تمييز, I mean, when you're comparing two things, you might get a doubt, like, I'm bigger than you. In what? So I can say sinnan, in age. Right? So instead of saying min with a harfu jar, we can use tamiz. It is called tamiz. So ana ajmalu minka. I'm more beautiful than you. In what? Khattan, in handwriting. So on. So this is what is the most Islamic country. In what? Sukkanan, in the number of people. Right? Sukkanan, in the number of citizens of the country. Fi Ifriqiya, in Africa. Right, let's begin. Bismillah. يبلغ عدد الدول الإسلامية في العالم 54 دولة. يبلغ, بلغ يبلغ is to reach. عدد الدول, the number of dual, دولة is a singular, right? Dual is the plural. The number of countries. Which countries? Islam. Adjective again. So the number of Islamic countries reach, يبلغ, reach, في العالم, in the world, 54, 54. See, أربعة is 4 and خمسين is 50. 50 becomes 50. 54 دولة. Why is it mansub? 4 because of يبلغ. What reaches? The number reaches, yeah? 54. 50 دولة. 54 countries. So the Islamic countries, alhamdulillah, are 54. وَسَنُحَدِّثُكَ, and we will speak. So the verb is what? حَدَّثَ يُحَدِّثُ. حَدَّثَ. It's form 2. How do you know it's form 2? The dal is double, right? Middle letter, if it's double, it's form 2. حَدَّثَ يُحَدِّثُ. 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 So يُحَدِّثُ means he speaks. And we want to say we speak. So they said no hadithu. No hadithu. And then they added seen. Seen means for future, right? Sanu hadithu. And then they added ka also. Sanu hadithu ka. We will speak to you. And we in the sense the authors and so on. And they added a wow also. And we will speak to you. Sanu hadithu ka. See? So you should understand how it happened. So they might get confused. Which verb is this and so on. Sanu haddith. This seen is for future. Seen and sawfa is called tanfis. Future. Kalla sayalamun. Kalla sawfa ta'alamun. Seen and Sofa. Seen is like near future, Sofa is a little more far. وسنحدثك, and we will speak to you here باختصار, briefly. اختصار is brief, summarized way. And دولتين من تلك الدول. They'll speak about two countries. So دولتان became دولتين. About two, about, and means about. من تلك الدول, from those countries. Right? Of those countries, we'll speak about two countries. إحداهما في قارة آسيا. One is in Asian continent. والثانية في قارة إفريقيا. And the second one is in African continent. المملكة العربية السعودية. The first is Saudiya or Saudiya, both are fine. The kingdom of Saudi Arabia. تقع في غرب آسيا. It is situated. وقع يقع is to وقع يقع is to fall, occur. واقع, إذا وقعت الواقع. When it speaks about locations, it means located, placed, situated. تقع في غرب آسيا. It is situated in the west of Asia. Right? West of Asia. غرب. وفيها بيت الله الحرام. And then it is بيت الله الحرام في مكة المكرمة. In Makkah مكرمة. Makkah is fatha because it's a diptote. And diptotes don't take kasra. No, they take fatha. في مكة. Diptote in the sense غير منصرف. منصرف غير منصرف. في مكة المكرمة. والمسجد النبوي. And it also has the Masjid al-Nabawi, the prophetic masjid في المدينة المنورة. In مدينة منورة. وهما مكانان مقدسان. And they are sacred places. مقدس, holy places. مقدس, like بيت المقدس, that is Masjid al-Aqsa. Why is it holy places? Holy place, بيت المقدس. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله. We have given baraka around it. باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا, to show him from our signs. فمقدسان, these two are holy places. يأتي إليهما المسلمون. The Muslimuna is the file of Ya'ati. The Muslims come to both of them. Hima, because Ilay came, Huma becomes Hima. We know that, right? The pronouns change. Like Kitabuhu, if you add a preposition before it, Fi Kitabi, who it should have been, but it will become Fi Kitabi, he. And just for reading purpose. Similarly, Kitabu Huma, if I add Fi before it, Fi Kitabi Hima. Right? Huma becomes Hima. So Ilay, because there's a Ya, it becomes, for easier pronunciation. Ilay Huma is difficult to say. So they change it to Ilayhima. Yati Ilayhima al-Muslimuna min kulli bilad al-alam. From all of the countries of the world. The Muslims come to it, come to these two places, these two cities. لأداء الحج والعمرة والزيارة والصلاة. They come to perform. Ada means to perform. To perform the Hajj and Umrah. Was ziyara. Ziyara is to visit, right? Ziyara of the Prophet Sallallahu Masjid and so on, of his qabr, Rawda, and Baqi, and so on, and prayer, Salah. كما يأتي كثير من أبناء المسلمين إلى السعودية. As well, كما means similarly. Like ka is like, ma is like what. كما يأتي. So kama, we don't translate like what, we say just like, similarly. كما يأتي كثير من أبناء المسلمين. Yati's file is again كثير here. As many of them come from the sons of the Muslims, that is from the children, إلى السعودية, to Saudi, لدراسة اللغة العربية, to study Arabic language, والدين الإسلامي, and Islamic religion, في معاهدها. في معاهدها. Ma'ad is the institute. Ma'ad is the institutes, plural. Ma'ad, right? You have a lot of institutes. وجامعاتها, and its universities. Because before going to the Jamia, they usually go to the Ma'ad. Like if you go to Medina, If you don't know Arabic, you spend 2 years in the Mahad where they teach you Durusul Lugha al-Arabiyya and various books along with fiqh, aqidah, and so on. They teach you Arabic through these in these 2 years, and then you can choose a kulliya in the jamia. In the college, you can choose Kulliyatul Lugha al-Arabiyya. You can choose Arabic language, the in the faculty of Arabic language, or you can choose Kulliyatul Hadith, Kulliyatul Quran, and Kulliyatul Sharia, Kulliyatul Da'wa, and then so on. Kulliyatul Hadith is the most famous among the Indians. That's what they do, Kulliyatul Hadith. And it's one of the difficult ones, Kulliyatul Hadith. So in Medina for 4 years. Next, Asimatul Bilad al-Riyadh. The capital of Asima is capital is of the country is Riyadh. وهي مدينة حديثة, and it's a new country, a new city. It's a new حديثة is new city. محدث, it's a new city. تضم أجمل المباني, and ضم يضم is to contain, right? ضم يضم, and تضم because it's feminine. تضم أجمل المباني, the most beautiful of big buildings. Mabna is building singular, plural is mabani. Tadummu, what does it contain? It's mansub because of the object. It contains what? It contains the most beautiful buildings. It contains beautiful buildings. Tablughu misahatu, its area. Misaha is area, reaches. Balagha yablughu, to reach. Tablughu misahatul mamlakatil arabiyyah as-Saudiyya, the area of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia reaches how many? 22,50,000, right? 22,50,000, or if you see in millions, 2.25 million, right? Yeah, kilometer square. And this 2 means kilometer square. And this is like, so its area includes 2.25 million square kilometers. وعدد سكانها, and the number of its citizens, of its people, residents, reaches نحو 17. It's like around, see, نحو means example, but here he's giving a number, so approximately 17 million شخصا, 17 million people. ولغتها العربية, its language is Arabic. وجميع أهل البلاد المسلمون, and all of the أهل البلاد, and all the people of the bilad are Muslims. Right? Bilad, remember, baladun is a country. Its plural can be bilad, and sometimes bilad also means singular. So similar here, you might think the capital of the countries, Asimatul Balad, right? No, it's just one country, the capital of Saudi, the one country. It's not all of the countries, because Bilad is used as singular also, and the plural can be used as Buldan, and Buldan. So it could mean, it depend on the context, as a singular player. So all the people of the country, that is Saudi, are Muslims. وعملتها الريال. Umla is currency. Umla currency, and its currency is الريال السعودي, Saudi Riyal. وهي غنية بالنفط, and it is rich in oil. Nift is oil. Nift is not oil literally, the petrol. Translate as petroleum. Right? It is petroleum, and the naphtha oil. Because zait is the literal oil which you eat and so on, which you put in food, and nift is the petroleum oil. Yeah? Now, and then they are talking about Nigeria. So this is all about Mamlakat al-Arabiyya al-Saudiyya. And then Nigeria تقع في غرب إفريقيا, and it is situated in the west of Africa. وعاصمتها Abuja. In English, it's Abuja. Yeah, correct. The capital of. Is it the correct pronunciation? Abuja. Yeah, correct. Abuja. So, and its capital is Abuja, fil wasat, in between. It's wasat. وتبلغ مساحتها. It's in the between of the country, in the center of the country, in Nigeria, center of the country, and it's Abuja, capital. Um, وتبلغ مساحتها. Its area reaches around. This is what 9.2 million, whatever. Not 9 million, less than a million. 923,768 or 9,23,768 kilometers square. وعدد سكانها, and the number of people نحو 153 million. Right? How can you say 153? In 154 in Arabic you can say أربعة وخمسين ومئة. 50 ومئة. Or you can start with units, or you can start with tens also. Right? So I mean, you can start them with Mia also. Miyatun wa Albatun wa Khamsin. You can do anything. Right? You can start from the units to hundreds and tens, tens and hundreds, and then or you can go like this. Million shakhsan, million people. Shakhsin tasilu nisbatul muslimina baynahum ila nahwi. And the number percentage, nisba is percentage. Wasala yasilu is to reach. Now, so the number of people reaches and the number of Muslims, the percentage of Muslim reaches bainahum ila nahwi approximately. Uh, this is what 76%. Right? 76% is Muslim Muslim alhamdulillah. وعدد النصارى نحو 20%. And the number of Nasara Christians is 20% percentage. ويعمل معظم أهل البلاد بالزراعة. And most of the people work in zira, farming. And most of the people working farming. بالزراعة. والرعي. And ra'i is the livestock, or you call it, flock. Ra'i is they do the work of shepherd. What do you say that? You know, livestock. They look after the livestock, the sheep and the camel and so on, the cattle. Was Said al Asmak. Said is hunting of fish, that is fishing. Asmak, Samak, plural is Asmak. So agriculture mostly. Tuntiju, Nigeria. أنتج ينتج نيجيريا الكاكاو والفول السودانية والمطاطا والنفط وغير ذلك. أنتج ينتج is to extract, right? Something which you extract from the earth. Yeah, that's fine. أنتج ينتج form 4, I guess. Produce is more correct contextually. Produce. So Nigeria generates, produces Kakawa. Kakawa is cocoa. Cocoa, you know cocoa, right? Coffee and so. Cocoa. Well, Ful is beans, right? Beans, you get those beans, right? Beans. Beans is Sudani. So Sudani, not the broad beans or whatever. Beans is Sudani, says. I don't know which those are. Now, beans is Sudani is peanuts. And so peanuts are called bean Sudani. Al-Ful Sudani. Let me check. Yeah, Al-Ful Sudani is peanuts. And the peanuts are called Ful Sudani. So Fool is Sudani, so they produce peanuts also. Wal Mattat. I don't know what is Mattat. Mattat. Rabba. Mattat is Rabba. The Rabba you get, no? Elastic Rabba. One Nift as well as petroleum. وغير ذلك. And more things. Alhamdulillah. They produce so many things. وعملة البلاد النايرة. And the currency is Naira. واللغة الرسمية. So in Kenya, Nigeria, the currency is Naira. Nigerian Naira. واللغة الرسمية لنيجيريا, and the official language, رسمية, official language of Nigeria is إنجليزية, is English. ويتحدث أهل البلاد لغات كثيرة, and the person and the people of the country speak a lot of languages, لغات كثيرة, كالهوسا واليوروبا, they speak European, and Husa, I don't know which language is Husa. Husa. Hausa language, Hausa. Okay, so it's a language. Well, Ibu, Ibu is also language, I guess. ويهتم أهلها, and the people يهتموا باللغة العربية وتعلمها. People are concerned with, or they give importance to, Arabic language and its teaching and its learning. As well, alhamdulillah, they teach Arabic language also, and they learn it now. So that was these are the two countries. These are the two countries about which they spoke about. So استيعاب comprehension التدريب الأول ده علامة الصحيحة أو العلامة الخطأ. أمام العبادة المناسبة تحت كلمة السعودية أو نيجيريا. So you have to take which country does it belong to. Does the sentence belong to. دولة إسلامية تقع في قارة آسيا. It's a Islamic country which is situated in Asia. So this is Saudi. دولة الإسلام تقع في قارة إفريقيا, Nigeria, right? It's in Nigeria. يتحدث الناس فيها العربية. People speak Arabic in it. سعودية. عاصمة البلاد أبوجا وعملتها النايرة. The capital is Abuja and its currency is Naira. عدد سكانها 17 مليون شخص. The number of people is 17 million. I think this is Saudi. يتحدث الناس فيها الهوسا. People speak Hausa in it. The language Hausa or Hausa. عاصمة البلاد الرياض. The capital of the country is Riyadh. وعملتها الريال. This is Saudi. نسبة المسلمين فيها 100%. 100% live in Riyadh. نسبة المسلمين فيها 76%. Nigeria. Right? 76 is 76 و6. نعم. التدريب الثاني عند علامة الصحيحة بجانب الفكرة الرئيسية في كل فقرة. The central idea of the paragraph. الفكرة الرئيسة. الفكرة الرئيسة. Sorry, it's not رئيسية. I keep making that mistake. It's رئيسة. الفكرة الرئيسة في الفقرة الأولى تتحدث عن. The central idea in the فقرة بتقاف means a paragraph. Huh? In the first paragraph speaks about عدد الدول الإسلامية في العالم, عدد الدول الإسلامية في أفريقيا, عدد الدول في العالم, عدد الدول الإسلامية. So does speak about Islamic countries in the world, or Islamic countries in Africa, or just countries in the world. It speaks about Islamic countries in the world. So Hamza. الفكرة الرئيسة في الفقرة الثانية تتحدث عن. The second paragraph speaks about مكة المكرمة والمدينة المنورة, المملكة العربية السعودية, الحج والعمرة. It speaks about Saudi Arabia, right? It also speaks about Makkah and Mukarram, but it's not the central idea. الفكرة الرئيسة في الفقرة الثالثة تتحدث عن. The third para, it speaks about غرب Africa, west of Africa, عاصمة Nigeria, capital of Nigeria, just Nigeria. Just Nigeria. مفردات. vocabs. طيب هاتي من النص الكلمات المرادفة. مرادفة synonym, it's similar meaning words. لما تحته خط, of which is underlined. ثم استعملها في جمل, and make sentences from your own composition. صليت في المسجد, I prayed in the masjid. So let's see some words here. Masjid. وفيها بيت الله. بيت الله. I can say صليت في بيت الله. So masjid, the synonym or similar word is بيت الله. بيت الله. صليت في البيت. Second one, we can make any sentence here. ذهبت إلى بيت الله. Where's the second one? The numbers are mixed up. There should be second. It's fifth one, second. Al-Quran kitabun azimun. The Quran is a great book. So azimun, great, something like great. You need a word. ثالثة المملكة في القوة وفيها بيت المكرمة maybe. I don't know. Great, مكرمة. مكان مقدس. Muqaddas is holy, but it's not great. Mukarrama is also means respected. You want something like Azim. كما يأتي كثير من أمر الله سوديا من بعد عجم. أجمل المباني. I don't know which one. مليون شخص تصل نسبته. Maybe Mukarrama is fine, I guess. Something great. Yeah, Mukarram or Muqaddas. Now you can say Al-Quran Kitabun Muqaddas. It's a holy book. Mukarram, respected book. حضرت لتعلم اللغة العربية. I came to study Arabic language. حضرت للتعلم. So تعلم, you can see something like learning. تعلم اللغة العربية. قبل سنة نعم تعلم something similar. السعودية مكان لأداء الحج والعمرة كما يأتيك. Yeah, many children come for dirasa. Dirasa is correct. Yes, dirasa is also studying. نعم. So حضرت لدراسة اللغة العربية. أبوجا مدينة جديدة. This is حديثة. Abuja is a new city. So جديدة, you can also say حديثة. حديث, right? New. وصل أكثر الطلاب. وصل معظم الطلاب. معظم also is used in the lesson. And most. معظم also means most. أكثر also means many or most. معظم. Most of the students have arrived. بلغ عدد السكان 100 مليون. The number of people have reached 100 مليون. 100 million. So بلغ, reach. وصل? No, no. That reaching is different, huh? Balagha is to reach in the sense of balagha, yablughu. Yeah, but it can mean the same. Wasala ila, wasala, to reach, because he uses here, right? Tasilu nisbatul muslimina bainahum ila nahwi 76%. So wasala yasilu. That's a muradif. There's a book also, al-muradifat fil Quran. Al-Mutawadifat fil Quran. I don't know if it's in Arabic. I have it in Urdu, and that book is very good. Like it tells you the different words which come in the Quran. Like for example, sakan, right? House. So sakan, a word house is used for houses which you do not reside in this house and you come from outside. And you come from outside. And similarly, other words like dar and so on, he gives examples of what each mean, right? What are the subtle differences? Because all of them you can translate baytun, all of them you can translate as house, but it has some subtle differences here and there. Oh, it's in Urdu. Yeah, I found it in Urdu. It's called مترادفات في القرآن. The book is, that's what it's named. And every word, like 4 or 5 words for one thing, and it could mean different things. Now, okay. I don't know if it's in Arab. It might be there in Arabic, of course, but this is a new book in Urdu. All right. التدريب الثاني ابحث عن الكلمات التالية في معجم عربي ثم سجل معانيها. Right? You have to find these words in the Arabic dictionary and then سجل في معانيها, record its meanings. Okay. It's like النفط. So where do you search in a dictionary? Right? You have to search in a dictionary. Where do you search them? You search in noon fa ta. Right? نفط, petroleum. Nift. So you can go to any dictionary. Nowadays we use internet. We just type Nift and we get the meaning. But if you want to go like Hansware dictionary and so on, you want to literally use a dictionary, then you you search for known fata. Second, al-umla. Where do you search? Ain mim la. Because ta marbuta is not the root word of this, right? Ta marbuta is additional. Ain mim la umla, currency. Okay. Then we have al-muhit, al-muhit ocean. So where do you search? Mim ha ta. You should know the change. It's not, you'll not search for meme also because muhit, meme is also extra. They are like sa'altumuniha. These are the extra letters, generally speaking. Sa'altu muniha. Sa'altumuniha. Yeah, these are the extra letters generally in a word. Seen, it could be seen, it could be hamza, which is extra in the starting. It could be ta, like tafalu in the verb. It could be a meme. See, you see a meme here. That's the extra. And then wow can be extra. Or it can be changed. It changed. It could be extra. Or the noon can be extra in the starting, like in a verb nafalu. Or ya could be extra, or the ha could be extra, and alif could be extra. Sa'altumuniha. Okay, and these are the extra ones. So here meme also should be ha, and you might get confused with a ya. So anytime you have a confusion, is it a ya or a ta? I mean, ya or a wow, you search in both if you don't know the rules. But I think it should have been ya. So we have to know the surf rules, and they're a little complicated because sometimes the wow changes to ya and ya. Because ahata yuhitu ihatatan, right? To encompass something. And I feel it's a yeah, but he says it's a wow. So we have to know why is it wow. So you have to check in both. That's what I do if I want to do. I check in both a yeah and a wow, because sometimes you'll not find it yeah, right? So we have to know like what was it really wow or was it really yeah? Because in the mudare ahata yuhitu we see a yeah. Right? So this is a little confusing. Al qibla you see again, you see a qaf, ba, and lam, 3 letters, right? Qaf, ba, lam. Al misaha meme again. You can here he's taking meme. Why? Because this is not muhit is the pattern of ismul fa'il. Ismul fa'il. Uh, but this is not ismul fa'il. So here you have to take meme seen. Again, alif you won't take, you say ha. You alif is extra, right? So identifying the root letters is a little tricky because you need to know the extra letters and the patterns and so on. So misaha, so mim, sim, ha, and munaza, munaza. Here because this is also mufa'ala pattern, that is the master of form 3. So you won't search for mim. No, you will search for noon. Alif is also gone. Zai and ain. Right? Za and ain. Okay, now. So search this in the dictionary. Then we have grammar, ملاحظة النحوية, الأفعال الخمسة, right? The 5 nouns, the 5 verbs. So there's أفعال أسماء الخمسة, the 5 nouns, zu, fu, right? أخ, أب, and حم. All these are 5. They become مرفوع with a waw, mansub with an alif, and majrur with a ya. So أخ, أخو when it's mudaf. So Akhu Zaidin, Zaid's brother. So the waw comes. So where is it? How is it marfu? With a waw. And akha with an alif. And then akhi with a ya. Okay. Um, but afalul khamsa means the nouns in which noon comes and noon goes. Right. So if it is marfu, you can see the noon. And if it is mansub and majzum, the noon drops. Right. The noon drops. Yeah, I found this book. I found this book. So, for example, I'll just give you an example of the book's name is Mutaradifat al-Quran. Abdul Rahman Kilani. This is the book, right? For example, let me talk about what give you an example of the synonyms in the Quran. It's a very beautiful and mumti', and enjoyable book. I read few of them, not much. And he talks about what are the different in Urdu it is. So, for example, yeah, he gives like abad hona. The first is like residing in one place. So he brings all the words and what are the difference? Like sakana, he says. Let me just go down. And he gives like that various verbs oppressing someone. So what are the various verbs is oppressing someone? Ghalama is used and so on and so on. Right. And then city, the various words is Madinatun, Misrun or Misru, Baladun, Diyarun, Qaryatun. So what is the difference between all of this? And it's a long book, like 500 pages or something. Right, so let me just go to Sakana and give you an example for that because it's very interesting. Right? And you can see in and he gives Dalil also. It's not like just he says, oh, the index is so long. Okay. So, for example, the first is he says, staying at one place. It's sakana. Sakana has come from the word sukun, right? Sukun, which has no haraka. You're not moving in it. Okay. Like Allah says in the Quran, Ya Adam uskun anta wa zawjukal jannah. Right? Like Allah says, oh Adam, stay, you and your wife in Jannah. Now, so you're residing in some place and you're populating that place. I mean, you are making it abad, as he says in Urdu. That is sakana, right? Sakana is used for that. Then there's another word called tabawwa'a. Tabawwa'a, right? Tabawwa'a, it comes in the Quran. وَكَذَلِكَ مَكَّنَّا لِيُوسُفَ فِي الْأَرْضِ يَتَبَوَّأُ مِنْهَا حَيْثُ يَشَاءُ. So tabawwa'a is used. So it means, what's the difference between that sakana and this is a person who lives in that in a place, he has accordingly, it's according to his nature. Right? I mean, the place is suited. So you might go to a place and that place is not suitable to you, your weather and so on and so on. But tabawwa is used for which suits you, right? Which suits you. So when he chooses a place, he chooses a place which suits him. Like Yusuf al-Islam also got a place which suited him, alhamdulillah, and he became a minister and so on. And then Thawa is used. Like وَمَا كُنْتَ ثَابِيًا فِي أَهْلِ مَدْيَنَ تَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِنَا. Thawa is used. It means to bury someone. So thawa is used for a place where you're staying there, staying for a long time, staying for a long time. Like thawa rajulu, it means the man to die, right? To die. So you're playing long time residence in that place. Then there's khalada. Khalada is to stay in a place, but forever, right? So more like khalidina fiha. And we know that khalada is like that. Then hadara is to attend. And ashara is also ashara. So he gives a lot of, we can read like this. So what we gain from this? Out of 8 words, he brings for staying in a place 8 words. Like sakana is to populate a place, abad hona, right? Sakana. Then tabawwa'a, you get a place which is according to your nature, right? It suits you. Tawa, I don't know what he says here. Sawa, I mean, it's placed in a long time, I guess. Khalada, for a long time. And hadara is just to stay in a place. You're not residing in that place, you're just staying, hadara. And then bada, bada is used like you are staying in a jungle, it's in a jungle, right? In a village or something. And ashara is to stay with your family, right? And so on. So like that, he has various words for like that. So these are all same words for everything. So what are the subtle difference? Because in the Quran Allah uses one word, and why doesn't he use the other word? So although both look the same, but there's subtle differences in those. Okay, so like that. Very interesting book. Someday we can do it on the channel also, inshallah, for Urdu speakers, inshallah. I don't know if there's English or Arabic. I didn't see it in Arabic also. Al-af'al al-khamsa, the 5 nouns, 5 verbs. أفعال الخمسة كل مضارع اتصلت به ألف الاثنين. So the 5 verbs are every مضارع اتصل is to attach or join. اتصلت به ألف الاثنين, which has the alif of dual alif, أو واو الجماعة, or the واو of plural, or ياء المخاطبة, or the ya of addressing. That is for feminine, right? If Ali, taf'alina. So ina, when you say, the ya is called ياء المخاطبة. يفعلاني, see يفعلاني, you see the alif. تفعلاني, you see the alif again. تفعلون, واو الجماعة. يفعلون, واو الجماعة. And تفعلين, the ya المخاطبة, which comes for singular feminine. So ultimately, these all have noon, 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 noon. Right? These noons are the sign of being marfu. So anytime you see the noon, it means it's marfu. Right? Marfu. وهي ترفع بثبوت النون. So whenever we see the presence of noon, ثبوت النون, when the noon is thabit, that means it's marfu. وتنسب وتجزم بحذفها, and it makes mansub and majzum with حذف. حذف is deletion. For example, and the default case is marfu, as we know, right? So if you don't see anything which is making mansub or majzum, then it is marfu. Like for example, antuma tadrusani, you both are teaching. Darasa yadrusu, to teach. Tadrusani, so how do you know tadrusani is marfu? You see the noon. Huma yadrusani, they both are teaching. Hum yadrusuna, again you see the noon. Antum yatadrusuna, you all are teaching. Anti tadrusina, you all, I mean you feminine is teaching, right? Anti. So you see the noon, noon, noon. It's marfu, rafa, right? Rafa. And nasb, how do you know? An, lan, kai, idan, right? Generally speaking, these 4 are nawasibul mudari. Anytime you see an before the verb, lan, kai, idan, right? Nawasib, the which makes mansub. So antuma lan tadrusa. So noon is dropped, right? Noon drop. You both will, lan means future tense, right? Will not. Lan future negation. You both will not study. Huma lan yadrusa, they both will not study. Hum lan yadrusu, they all will not study. Noon drops. Antum lan tadrusu, you all will not study. Anti lan tadrusi, you will not study. Feminine. Then jazm, lam lamma. Generally speaking, there are 4 of them again. Lam lamma, lamul amr, and la nahiya. These 4 are called jawazim. So antuma lam tadrusa, noon drop again. Lam will, the meaning will go into the past tense. We did this in the previous class. So lam, past. So you both did not study. Antuma means you both. Huma lam yadrusa, they both did not study. Past tense. Hum lam yadrusu. So yadrusuna will become yadrusu. They both, or they all did not study. Antum lam tadrusu, you all did not study. Anti lam tadrusi, you all did not study. So help me with this exercise, inshallah. We have 4 exercises about this. Marfu, mansub, and af'alul khamsa, the 5 verbs. So first misal, Muhammadun wa Khalidun yashraban al-ma. Muhammad and Khalid are drinking water. At-tullabu lam dash. So which one? You can take 1 or 2. The students did not write the lesson. 2. Why is it 2? Because of lam. Right? Lam came, so yaktubu. Anti lan dash ilal fasli. Tahduri, tahdurina. You did not attend the class. Hadara yahduru. 1 or 2. Now, 1. Tahduri. Ina, the noon will drop. Naam. Anti lan tahduri. The noon drops. Lan dash huna. Yajlisuna tadlisu. You all will not sit here. Lan tadlisu. Naam. Why? Because of lan. The noon drops. Huma dash al adana. Yasma'ani yasma'a. They both are listening to the adhan. One. Why? Why? There's nothing to make it mansub or majzum, no? There's no lam, there's no lan, there's no kay, whatever. Antum lam dash huna. You did not eat here. You all. Takuluna takulu. Takulu. Antum lam takulu. Because lam came, drop the noon. Antuma dash fil masjid. Tusalli. Yani tusalli. Yeah, you both are praying in this masjid. One. There's nothing to drop. أنتما تصليان صلى يصلي to pray أنت dash المريضة يفحصين تفحصين فحص يفحص is to inspect. You are checking up on the patient. Two. Why not يفحصين? Because there's no verb like that. It's always تفعلين. Not there's nothing called يفعلين. It's because anti came, it should be تفعلين. So تفحصين فحص يفحص. Anti lan tusafirina tusafiri. You will not travel. Tusafiri nam to accent. Hum dash as-safara. Yuhibbuna tuhibbuna. Hum yuhibbuna safara. Because tuhibbuna will come from you all. Antum. Hum is they love traveling. At-tullabu lam dash al-wajiba. Yaktubuna yaktubu. Students did not write the homework. Wajib is homework. Lam came, right? So it should be second. Yaktubu. Naam. Because lam. Yaktubuna, the noon will drop. Ya Fatima la dash ila suq. Tadhabina tadhabi. Oh Fatima, don't go to the market. Tadhabi. La tazid. This la is for prohibition, right? So here it'll be la tadhabi. Don't go. Then at-tadrib al-thani. At-tabibani. You have to change it into what? حول المثنى والجمع مسترشدا بما بين القوسين. Using what the guide in the brackets, using the brackets, you make it into dual or plural. So الطبيب يفحص المريض. The doctor is checking the patient, inspecting the patient. طبيبان يفحصان المريض. You have to make it dual. The two doctors are checking the patient. العامل ينظف الشارع. So you have to make it plural. العمال ينظفون. نظف ينظف is to clean. العمال ينظفون الشوارع. So just make it plural. عامل plural is عمال. ينظف becomes ينظفون. شارع, we can leave it like that. The worker is cleaning the street. المدرس يتحدث عن العالم الإسلامي. The teacher is speaking about the Islamic world. المدرسون يتحدثون عن العالم الإسلامي. Plural, that's it. المسلم يأتي لمكة للحج والعمرة. Muslim the Muslim comes to Makkah for Hajj and Umrah. المسلمون يأتون. يأتي becomes يأتون. The ya is dropped. أتى يأتي. So يأتي يأتيا يأتون. تأتي تأتيا يأتينا. تأتي تأتيا تأتون. تأتينا تأتياني. And then تأتي تأتينا آتي نأتي. That's the conjugation. It's just a little tricky because you have to be careful about when to drop the ya and when not to. So ya ti plus wow. Ya and wow doesn't come. So it will not become ya tiyuna. No. The ya will be dropped. Ya tuna. And we learn this in Naqis, in Masha Yamshi and 3 letters. So Yamshi Yamshiyani, we don't say Yamshiyuna, we say Yamshuna. النيجيري يتكلم لغات عديدة. And the Nigerian speaks a lot of languages. النيجيريون يتكلمون لغات عديدة. The Nigerians speak a lot of languages. الشاب يفكر في حال المسلمين. The young person is thinking about the state of the Muslims. الشباب يفكرون. شاب plural شباب يفكرون في حال المسلمين. المؤمن يدعو ربه. The mu'min calls his Lord. المؤمنون يدعون. So يدعو becomes يدعون ربهم, their Lord. The Muslims, the mu'mins call their, believers call their Lord. الطالب يذهب إلى الجامعة. الطلاب يذهبون إلى الجامعة. Oh, you have to make dual here. الشعباني. Anyways. المدرس also مثنى. He says, I didn't see the bracket. المدرسان يتحدثان عن العالم الإسلامي. Alright. التدريب الثالث. أول كما في المثال الجملة أنت تتغيب كثيرا ولم تنجح في الاختبار. ولن تنجح. You were absent a lot. Right? تغيب يتغيب from 5 تفعل يتفعل. It means to become absent a lot. So you were absent a lot. ولم تنجح في الاختبار. And you did not pass in the exam. So this lam means past tense. ولن تنجح, and you will not pass in the future also. Similarly for feminine, أنت تتغيبين كثيرا. تتغيبين. So تغيب يتغيب. تتغيب يتغيب. And then تتغيب, because you're speaking to a male, 2 times ta is coming. Confusing, right? 2 times ta. تتفعل. And then تتفعلين. ستتغيبين كثيرا. أنت تتغيبين كثيرا ولم تنجحي في الاختبار, and you will not pass in the exam. You did not pass in the exam. ولن تنجحي, and you will not pass. أنتما. So you have to change it to dual. So how do you make dual? Very easy. Add ani. أنتما تتغيبان كثيرا. تتغيبان ولم تنجحا. So تنجحاني will become تنجحا في الاختبار. ولن تنجحا. This will remain same. أنتم تتغيبون كثيرا. You all are absent a lot. ولم This will become what? تنجحوا في الاختبار. ولن تنجحوا. Same thing. مجزوم and منصوب, and this is مجزوم. مجزوم and منصوب both are same. See? تنجح تنجح. Because noon drops, it's the same. Here you can see the change. It's sukun, and here it's a fatha. But here noon drop. Okay, it's the same. Huma. Yeah, huma means you have to say, we cannot say tatagayyabu. You have to say yatagayyabani. If you want, I can write yatagayyabani. Tagayyabani, because dual, right? And we're not speaking to them. It's third person. Walam. So najaha yanjahu. Walam yanjahu. But dual, right? So yanjaha. And they did not pass. And they will not pass. Same thing. Yanjaha again. Where's ha? Yanjaha. Hum dash kathiran. Hum yataghayyabuna. So yataghayyabu, yataghayyabani, yataghayyabuna. Hum yataghayyabuna kathiran. They all are absent a lot. Walam yanjahu fil ikhtibar, walan yanjahu. They did not pass, and they will not pass. So this requires, for you to focus on the isnad, the conjugation of the verb. So take this verb, try to conjugate it a few times. First start with the madi. تغيب, تغيبا, تغيبوا, تغيبت, تغيبتا, تغيبنا, تغيبت, تغيبتما, تغيبتم, تغيبتي, تغيبتما, تغيبتن, تغيبت, تغيبنا. This is madi. How do you do? Same like tafa'ala, form 5. So take form 5, any verb of form 5, and try to conjugate. Like tabassam. Tabassama is to smile. Tabassum is to smile. So tabassama, tabassama, tabassumu, tabassamat, and so on. Then yatabassamu, he smiles. So yataghayyabu. So here it is confusing because two tas will come. So yataghayyabu, yataghayyabani, yataghayyabuna, tataghayyabu, tataghayyabani, and then yataghayyabna. Okay, ya will come back. Then again all are tas now because second person all are tas. So tatagayyabu, tataghayyabani, tataghayyabuna, tataghayyabina, tataghayyabani, tataghayyabna, and then ataghayyabu, I am absent, and natagayyabu, we are absent. So little, form 5s. التدريب الرابع ده خطين تحت الأفعال المرفوع وخطين تحت الأفعال المجزومة. So one line under مرفوع noun verbs and مجزومة, 2 lines under مجزوم. قال تعالى وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون مرفوع. How do you know it's مرفوع? You can see the noon. على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. والذين يبيتون again مرفوع لربهم سجدا وقياما. And the Ibadur Rahman are the ones who walk on the earth humbly. هونا يعني humble. وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون, and when the jahil people, ignorant people address them, قالوا سلاما, they say peace. والذين يبيتون, بات يبيتون, to spend the night. لربهم سجدا وقياما, right? They spend in prostration and qiyam. والذين يقولون مرفوع again, right? ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما. والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا, when they spend they do not transgress. ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما. يقتروا, these are 2 lines, right? So مجزوم this is. والذين لا يدعون مرفوع لا يدعون مع الله إلها آخر ولا يقتلون النفس التي حرم الله إلا بالحق ولا يزنون ومن يفعل ذلك يلقى أثاما. So Furqan, you can just check the translation of these verses, 63 to 68. Surah Furqan. And that's it. This is just, we have to write about it. اكتب موضوعا بعنوان العالم الإسلامي. Write about the Islamic world, and then لخص النص الأخير الوارد في هذه الوحدة. Summarize. لخص means to summarize. Right. لخص يلخص. تلخيص is to summarize. So summarize the last lesson in this unit. Write about ضعف المسلمين في العصر الحديث. Weakness of the Muslims. Write about baladi. And then this is رقعة. رقعة is the font. Like 9 or 10 fonts in Arabic, right? And رقعة is one like cursive writing. Then زيادة الألف. إملاء, the writing rules. One is زيادة الألف. تزاد الألف كتابة لا نطقا في ثلاثة مواضع. In 3 places, alif is added, but it's not pronounced. كتابة لا نطقا. It's written, but not pronounced. So when does it happen? بعد واو الجماعة. Right? Like he gives examples anyways. بفعل الأمر والفعل الماضي والفعل المضارع المنصوب المجزوم. So it happens after فعل أمر ماضي مضارع منصوب and مجزوم. So you write it, but this is a common rule, right? Like فعلوا. You write this alif, but it is not pronounced. فعلوا. Same thing for amr also. if'alu and yaf'alu. But mudare only when it's mansub or majzum. Because when it's marfu, the noon comes, right? Yaf'aluna. Okay, so only the mudare has 2 conditions. That it should be either mansub or majzum. Why do they do that? Why do they write this alif? This alif is called aliful wiqaya, alif of protection, right? Because if there's no fatha dhamma kasra tashkil, people can read this as fa'ala wa. He did and, but you don't mean that. You say fa'alu, right? You mean they did. So that is why this alif, protects the verb from misinterpretation. Fa'alu, alif al-wiqaya, protection. This is one. Then the second one is في آخر الاسم المنون المنصوب غير المختوم بألف أو همزة على ألف أو همزة بعد ألف أو تاء مربوطة. So he says في آخر الاسم, at the ending of nouns. So these were verbs, but here it is nouns, right? At the ending of nouns. So you write an alif. Al-munawwan, which has the tanween. Al-mansub, it is mansub. So you see in the Quran also, but for example, inna, right? Inna. Now you have to say zaydan. So inna zaydan, you put an alif also. Whenever it is mansub, tanween also, right? Zaydan. Why do you write this alif? To differentiate between zaydun and zaydin. So if there's no fatha dhamma kasra, whenever you see an alif, you know it is mansub. Okay. غير المختوم بألف أو hamza. But it should not end with, makhtum means it should not be sealed, but literally means end. with alif. It should not have an alif before. Or hamza before. Ala alifin or hamzatin ba'da alifin. So it should not have a alif or a hamza on the alif. So it should not be like alif, like maybe he gives examples, I guess. It should not have an alif at the end, like asa. Asa is anyways, you can write it like this also. It should not be already an alif. Because if there's already an alif before it, why will you add another alif, right? You say asan. Now, I think this example is wrong, but still some example like that. Aw hamza alif, for example. Not getting example. Hamza, any word which hamza is hamza. Khara is a verb. So any word which ends in an hamza on the alif. So alif on the hamza. Or hamzatin ba'da alif. Or it should be, it cannot be hamza after an alif, like as-sama'u. Right? As-sama'u. So if you want to say sama'u, sama'un. So if you want to say sama'an, you just add a tanween here. You cannot say again an alif because double alif, no? One alif before, one alif after. Why would you do that? So no need all that. Aw ta madbuta. Ta madbuta also same thing. So you cannot say Fatimatan. You don't add an alif like this, right? You do it only for masculine. These are just rules. You get used to it anyways. This is second one. Fi abiyat ash-shi'ri lil wazn. Third one is when you have poetry for wazn. Wazn is the, the balance, for word balance and so on. For example, he gives examples. Udrus walahid. Al-ulama ittafaqu. This is madi. ولم يختلفوا ولن يختلفوا في هذه المسألة فاعرفوا لهم حقهم. فاعرفوا لهم حقهم. So العلماء اتفقوا. The scholars agreed. ولم يختلفوا. And they did not differ. ولن يختلفوا. And they will not differ في هذه المسألة. In this matter. فاعرفوا. So know لهم حقهم. So عرفة is to know. But when it comes with lahum, that is know to them, give them, I guess. It means give them their rights, right? Give them their rights, right? Know their rights also, you could say, but I think it more means give them rights. Next, so here it is all these alifs are written. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So again, noun with alif, right? Because it's mansub. رأيت في الحديقة جملا ضخما. I saw a heavy camel. ضخم means heavy, big camel, huge camel. This is for again mansub now. ولا خير في حلم إذا لم يكن له بوادر تحمي صفوه أن يقدر. ولا خير في جهل إذا لم يكن له حليم إذا ما أورد الأمر أصدر. So he brings two lines of poetry, and the poetry has an alif for wazn. So he says ولا خير في الحلم. There's no خير in حلم. إذا لم يكن له بوادر. If it does not have bawadir, I think it means boundaries. No, it says gestures. Gestures. Tahmi, hama yahmi. So I don't know what it means, bawadir. Let me check. Bawadir. Boundaries. Bawadir, jamu badira. بوادر في الصورة جمع تقصير واحد منها بوادر. Signs, precursors. Bawadir means which precursors or signs. Bawadir. So there's no benefit in dreams if there's no precursors to it, something which comes before that, I guess. Tahmi safwahu an yukaddira. Tahmi is to protect. Hama yahmi. Safwa. Safwun. Safwun. Serenity. It protects its serenity. An yukaddira. Kaddara yukaddiru is to mean disturb. So he says there's no benefit in dreams which does not have precursors which protects from getting disturbed. Like something like Allah. Wala khayra fi jahl. And there's no benefit in ignorance. Idha lam yakun lahu halim. If there's no halim, halim means a person who's patient. Right? إذا ما أورد الأمر أستارا. One who brings the matter. Awrada is to bring a matter. Awrada al-amra astara. Who does not list the command. So we have to look into the meaning of this, right? Because poetry is difficult to understand. What does he mean by no dream and so on? So we have to look this meaning up. Allah wala khayra fi hilmin. Islam is. So we can search for this, inshallah. Because literal meaning doesn't make sense. What does it mean? Protect the serenity, those dreams which does not make you disturbed, maybe. So it's good to have a dream, but those dreams should not be disturbed by you. And there's no benefit in ignorance. If there is no halim, a person is patient. Right? So you have to be patient in ignorance when the matter comes to you. Allah. Okay. You can check that up. Okay, that's it. Alhamdulillah. We finished the last part of 13th. Inshallah, next week, next class on Thursday, inshallah, we'll do Al-Wahd al-Rabi'a Ashara, 14th Al-Amn. Right? We have 3 more units, inshallah, to finish the book. Inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. What's the reason of these ayahs so that sometimes a masculine is used and a feminine is used? So the word is وَأَخَذَ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةُ فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دِيَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. وَأَخَذَ الَّذِينَ here is fine. أَخَذَ is used. Fine. وَأَخَذَتِ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةُ فَأَصْبَحُوا. I don't know about it. فِي دِيَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. Both are fine. And the reason could be Allahu Alam is the plural can be treated as feminine also. Naam. Like Tilka Rusul. Tilka Rusul. Because it is ta'wil of Jama'a. So the word Jama'a is feminine. So you can use feminine also. Feminine verbs also. So I can say Ja'a Khawmun, the people came. Or also I can say Ja'at Khawmun, the people came. The meaning is the same. It's just that for groups and so on, they can use feminine also. Now, they can use feminine also. Okay. And where does it they teach this? In Hidayatul Nahu, the book Hidayatul Nahu, he teaches this. That he has rules specifically for this, and there's a choice here. There's a choice here for this. So Allahu Alam, maybe that is the reason. But we have to check it up. Now, أخذت الذين. Why is it used? لماذا? I'm just checking it up. 1 second. But we can use feminine also, okay? For groups. For groups. Same thing for muannath ghair haqiqi. So there's muannath haqiqi and then there's muannath ghair haqiqi. If it is muannath ghairu haqiqi, again you have a choice. So you can say tala'ash shamsu. The sun is feminine, but it is not a natural feminine. right? It's muannath غير حقيقي. You can say طلع الشمس or you can say طلعت الشمس. You can use both masculine and feminine. Now, both masculine and feminine. Yeah. So that may be the reason. Allahu a'lam. Yeah. Allahu a'lam. Barakallahu feek. But you have to look it up. There are rules for using male and female. And from what we understand, there's a choice here. There's a choice. But generally, they use the masculine because alladhina is masculine, right? Alladhina zalamu sayhatu. Wait, what? 1 second. Wakhada alladhina sayhatu. Yeah. Yes. This is غير حقيقي. Yes. Yes. Because akhada is file. I can't show you. Wait. Let me type it fully. Yes. No, not this. Oh, it's not copying, huh? Oh, it's not copying. The words is not getting copied. No, it's not getting copied. So وَأَخَذَ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةُ فَأَصْبَحُوا. So akhada's file is I want to show as-sayhatu. Now, as-sayhatu is the file. So it is coming late. So it is coming late because the verse means the verse is Quran. That is correct. I was thinking al-lazina is the file. I didn't look at the meaning. Let me show you here. So the one verse is this one. Anyone who wants to leave can leave. I'm just answering the question. So here it is وَأَخَذَتِ الَّذِينَ. So here أَخَذَتِ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةُ. So الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا. So the meaning is وَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا نَجَّيْنَا شُعَيْبًا. When our command came, we saved Shu'aib and those who believed with him by a mercy from us. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ بِرَحْمَةٍ مِنَّا وَأَخَذَتِ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةُ فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دِيَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. And the mighty blast. So sayha is a blast. Sayha is a thunderous blast. فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دِيَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. So they fell lifeless in their home. So الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا maybe the مفعول به. This is the object. We need to check anyways. But sayhatu is the file. So now you see there's something coming in between. Right? There's something coming in between, which is these two words. These two words are coming in between. So we can use feminine because there's a fasil in between. Or you can use masculine also. There are two reasons here. So you understand there's muannas haqiqi, the literal muannas. And there's muannas ghayr haqiqi. For muannas ghayr haqiqi, sayhatu is not a natural feminine. Right? You don't find a male counterpart in the word, right? Sayha. So you can use both. Even if you have a fasila or you don't have a fasila, you don't have you have a break or you don't have a break in between. Now, so you can use both. There's total permission for that. That is the reason. Another reason is there's a fasila. And for muannas haqiqi, for example, Hindun is feminine, right? Or Fatimatun. So if I'm bring darabat Hindun, Hind hit. Now, if I want to bring a fasila in between, a gap in between, so I want to say darabat al-yawma Hindun. Now, again, I have a choice because there's something coming in between, right? Again, I have a choice to say daraba al-yawma Hindun. See, both are correct. You see, there's something coming in between. So this is for haqiqi, for natural feminine, because Hindun is a lady, right? It's a girl. So this is fine. So there's a fasila. But for ghair haqiqi, there's no reason at all. You can use both without any fasila also. If there's fasila, that's fine. But tala'ash shamsu, you can say. Or tala'atish shamsu. Right? And this is gone. Tala'atish shamsu. Even if Hindis, please type fasila. Fasila is like this. Fasilatun. Fasila is a gap. Even if Hind is female, yes. Because when they're speaking, they're bringing a fast something today. So daraba al yawma hindun. Right? Hind hit today. Even if Hind is feminine, daraba al yawma fatimatu. I can't bring masculine because the verb is not coming exactly after it. There's something gap. So, and what I told about the qawm also, like um, ja'at qawmun. This is also correct. This is also good reason. And ja'a qawmun. For jama'a also they use a plural. Ja'a qawmun. Okay. For group of people. Now, like broken plurals also they use female like tilka rusul. Tilka rusul. فضلنا بعضهم على بعض. تلك الرسل. Instead of saying ulaika rusul, we can use singular feminine also. So there are various rules for masculine and feminine. Uh, he brings all of them in Hidayat now. It's a good book. I'm doing it in Urdu as of now. Inshallah, after that we'll do it in English. And he brings all these rules. These are like advanced rules. These are helpful for us to ponder and to compose. Right? Inshallah. I did this book. That's why I knew about it. Else I wouldn't have known. And there's various other rules when to use and when not to use. So we can say أخذ الذين ظلموا الصيحة or أخذت الذين ظلموا الصيحة. Both are verses. Because there's a fasila, there's a gap. Or even if there is not. For example, there's أخذ الصيحة. I can say أخذ الصيحة في غير القرآن, not in the Quran. And I can also say أخذت الصيحة. Like طلع الشمس. This is what example I remember. طلع الشمس. I can also say طلعت الشمس. Because the غير حقيقي, it's not a hard and fast rule. How can you say the sun is feminine? It's just cultural, samai. They made it feminine, so you can use both. Barakallahu feek. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma. I think it's clear, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.